In the year 2025, the United Kingdom has fundamentally redrawn its borders. This change wasn't made with bricks and mortar, but with the stark, unyielding ink of new legislation and policy. For many who dreamed of building a life here, the well-trodden path to permanent settlement, known as indefinite leave to remain, and the ultimate goal of British citizenship, has been slammed shut. This is not a minor adjustment. It is a revolution in British immigration. If you, or someone you know, holds aspirations of living permanently in the UK, what I'm about to say is of critical importance. Today, we are laying bare the new reality, exposing the groups of migrants for whom the door to a British passport has been firmly and decisively locked, and for whom the journey has been made almost impossibly long. Let's begin with a rule that has been solidified, removing any lingering doubt or grey area. The first group facing a hard stop are visitors. You might think it's obvious that you cannot gain citizenship on a tourist visa, and you would be correct. However, a persistent myth existed, a belief in a backdoor route. The idea was to arrive as a visitor, find a way to switch to a long-term visa from within the UK, and start the clock towards settlement. In 2025, this myth has been shattered. The UK Home Office has made its position unequivocally clear. A visit visa is for visiting. Period. The rules are now so rigid that switching from a visitor visa to any route leading to settlement, like a work or family visa, from inside the UK is virtually impossible. Think of it as a concert ticket. You can enjoy the show, but you cannot use that ticket to become part of the road crew and move in with the band. Once the concert is over, you must leave. The expansion of the electronic travel authorization scheme further formalizes this, digitally tracking every entry and exit with microscopic precision. The message is blunt: if you intend to stay, do not come as a visitor. That door is now bricked up. Now we move into far more controversial territory, where the government has drawn a new, sharp line based not on visa type, but on morality and method of arrival. We are talking about individuals who entered the UK without authorization, and those who made what the government defines as a dangerous journey. For decades, a core pillar of gaining British citizenship was the requirement to be of good character. This was a somewhat flexible term, but on February 10, 2025, the Home Office rewrote the guidance with steel and stone. Previously, if someone had entered the country illegally many years ago but had since established a life, had a family, and paid their taxes, this initial transgression could often be overlooked after a 10-year period. That period of redemption has been abolished. The new rules state that anyone who entered the UK illegally will now normally be refused British citizenship, regardless of how long ago it happened. An illegal entry is now treated as a permanent stain on your record, a lifetime disqualification from becoming a British citizen. This leads directly to the third group, a specific target of this new policy: those who made a dangerous journey. This is a direct response to the small boat crossings of the English Channel. The government has defined a dangerous journey to include methods like arriving on a small boat or being concealed in a lorry. Under the exact same good character rules, taking such a route is now a lifetime barrier to citizenship. The implications of this are profound. It directly impacts many asylum seekers and refugees. While the UK is still bound by international conventions to process their claims for protection, the government has severed the link between refuge and citizenship. The new, stark message is: we may grant you a safe haven, but you will never be one of us. You will never hold a British passport. This creates a potential two-tier system of residency: those who can integrate fully as citizens, and those destined to remain permanent outsiders, forever defined by the desperate circumstances of their arrival. For these two groups, the dream of citizenship is now officially over. The next changes are perhaps the most shocking, as they affect people who were explicitly following the rules, who came to the UK legally on visas that promised a clear pathway to a permanent future. In 2025, they discovered the finish line they were running towards might be a mirage. I'm talking about most work visa holders and Hong Kong British national overseas visa holders. For years, the standard journey to settlement in the UK was a 5-year path. You secure a work visa, you live and work here for 5 years, and then you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. Once you have that security, you can later apply for citizenship. It was simple and predictable. In May 2025, a government white paper dropped a bombshell: a proposal to double the qualifying period for indefinite leave to remain from 5 years to 10 years. Let's be clear, as of today, this is a proposal and is not yet law, but it signals a radical new direction. Consider the skilled worker, a doctor, an engineer, a software developer, recruited from overseas to fill a critical gap in the UK's economy. You moved your family, enrolled your children in British schools, bought a home, and paid your taxes. You did everything right, with a clear expectation that in 5 years you would achieve the security of permanent residency. Now, the government is proposing to tell you to wait another 5 years. That is a full decade of uncertainty. A decade of expensive visa renewals, with fees for a visa over 3 years already costing over £1,500, not including the mandatory immigration health surcharge which can run into thousands of pounds per person. It is a decade of living with a constant anxiety that your right to remain could be revoked. It makes long-term planning impossible and turns valued skilled workers from future citizens into long-term temporary residents. For many, this will be a deal-breaker. The promise has been broken. And this brings us to our final group, Hong Kong British National Overseas, or BNO, visa holders. This is perhaps the most politically charged change of all. The BNO visa was created in 2021 as a direct response to the crackdown on freedoms in Hong Kong. It was presented to the world as a pathway to citizenship, a lifeline offered by the UK to honor its historical commitment to the people of Hong Kong. That pathway was explicitly stated to be 5 years. The proposal to extend the ILR route to 10 years threatens to pull the rug from under the feet of hundreds of thousands of people. Campaigners are furious, arguing this is a betrayal. People left their homes, their careers, and their families, basing the single biggest decision of their lives on a 5-year promise from the British government. To change the rules halfway through the game is seen not just as a policy shift, but as a profound breach of faith. While the government states it wants to make settlement an earned privilege, for these skilled workers and Hong Kongers, it feels like a punishment. It's a 10-year trap that delays their security and therefore pushes their chance to even apply for citizenship a whole decade into the distance. While the door isn't permanently bolted like it is for the other groups, it has been pushed so far into the future that for many, the dream has effectively died. So there you have it. Visitors blocked. Those who entered illegally or by dangerous means, barred for life by a new moral code. And for skilled workers and Hong Kongers who played by the rules, a journey that has been doubled in length, a promise deferred, and for many, a dream denied. The United Kingdom of 2025 is sending a new, unambiguous message to the world. Settlement is a rare privilege, not an expectation. The path to becoming British is narrower, steeper, and for many, now completely impossible. A crucial final note. The proposed 10-year route to settlement is, right now, a proposal from a government white paper. It is not yet law and is subject to consultation. However, the changes to the good character rules are already in effect as of February 10, 2025. Immigration law is complex and changes fast. This video is for informational purposes only and is not legal advice. Please seek guidance from a qualified immigration lawyer for your specific situation. Thank you for watching. What do you think of these radical changes? Is this fair? Is this the right direction for the UK? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this information valuable, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the issues that matter.